Hello, and welcome to my first video on my Pokemon Random Battle Road to Top 10. If you stop by this channel expecting a Magic video, this is Pokemon. It's the other video game I play. I'm not really a big gamer per se, and then I don't play a lot of different games because I don't like losing. I like having the chance to get really good at something, try and top out on the skill ladder of whatever I'm doing, and that's what we'll be doing on this video series. I really enjoy random battles on Pokemon Showdown, a format where you get a randomized Pokemon team and play it against another randomized Pokemon team where you don't know what you'd be up against. And a few times I've managed to get to the top 10 of the random battle ladder with a slew of different accounts. But for the purpose of this video series, I'm imitating my favorite Pokemon streamer, PokeaimMD, and trying to take a new account up to the top. While this is the first video in the series, something that happens when you're playing with a brand new account is you run into a lot of other people who have brand new accounts or who are just kind of playing very casually, and so you'll often have a lot of matches that end after a few moves. If someone's not having fun, they'll just give up and quit, and you end up with a bunch of dead time plus just a bunch of really unsatisfying matches. So what I've done with this account is I played 25 matches or so just to kind of get out of the bargain basement and kind of get back into the part of the ladder where people play more seriously more of the time. It doesn't mean that you're not a good player if you're lower on the ladder, but I find a lot of people who are sort of new just don't end up playing out full matches, and I try to show full matches on this channel here. So first 25 matches, we took 2 losses. Heartbreakers there, but still a reasonable record going in. My last account I managed to get to top 10 of the ladder within 120 matches, and I'm going to be trying to do it even faster on this video series. The way I'm going to pitch this is basically we are Royal We. I'm just going to explain the game as I'm thinking through it. I'm not going to try and simplify things too much. I may simplify a bit, but if you're new to competitive Pokemon, this is probably going to be really confusing. These battles are more for people like me who want to see more YouTube Randbats content, but not a lot of people actually record it, especially high-level Randbats content. So that's what this video series is. It's trying to be high-level random battle content. I'll be trying to show how I think through situations and make my way to the top 10 all on video. So I hope you enjoy the series. If you have suggestions, this is definitely the first time I've done any Pokemon recordings, and I would love to get your feedback on what's working, what isn't working, how I could make these videos better. And yeah, I'm assuming I'm going to make lots of mistakes and there'll be lots of room for improvement, so I hope to hear from y'all about that. But with no further ado, let's get into the first battle here. So we're in the upper 1400s. Got to get to 2300, 2350, something like that to get into the top 10. See if we can do it in, I don't know, another 75 games. So we've got Frostmoth against Dialga here. Dialga does sometimes have Flash Cannon, which means it can lay down a super effective hit on Frostmoth, although Frostmoth's special defense is absurdly high because of its ability Ice Scales. Dialga also learns Toxic. The question is, what I could do is just click Quiver Dance here and try to sweep my opponent right away, since after Quiver Dance I think Dialga should go down to 2 Ice Beams from Frostmoth. And I don't think I should die to 3 Flash Cannons after Quiver Dancing, but I might. I'm really just not sure how the math works out here, and they might just click Toxic. So the thing I kind of want to do here is just go out to, normally I'd say Scolipede, but Scolipede here doesn't have any entry hazards. I'd like to put up spikes or something like that. So I could just go out to Swampert. Swampert can get Toxic, but it forces Dialga out because it has Earthquake, and then gets to put up rocks. And it's not going to take too much damage off any of Dialga's attacks, like if they just go for Flash Cannon here. So tough call. But I think I'm going to just go for Swampert. It's a nice early play. I've got Scolipede and Frostmoth, which both could be pretty good sweepers. So I want to keep those alive and maybe see if I get a chance to get one of them into sweep. And I assume Dialga probably doesn't stay in against Swampert. Oh no, they do. They get that Toxic off. Not bad, not bad. Well, I'm going to put up rocks and I'm going to click Earthquake. If they bring in something like a Flyer that can dodge Earthquake, it might take a good amount of damage off the rocks. They might have their own Flash Stealth Rock to put up, but I'm going to deal a lot more damage to them than they can deal to me. Great, Draco Meteor. And I'm actually just totally fine using Swampert the way I'm using it here. Just, if I can kill Dialga, get up rocks, and then have Swampert just be sacked to their next Pokemon, that's totally fine. Especially because, as I noted, I've got 2 really powerful Mons I can bring in here. Okay, they go Gourgeist. That kind of trashes Swampert in a head-to-head fight, and it is faster. So the question is, do I sack Swampert here? Is there any reason to keep a Swampert that's at 27% health? It does have Toxic, but it's going to die to most hits from most Pokemon at this point. It's really unlikely to come on something that is faster than... I think I'm open to just sacking it here and trying to get a Toxic off on the Gourgeist in case they do what they did there, which is click Synthesis. Excellent. So this is poisoned. This can be a pretty annoying Stalmon, and I'm glad to be getting some good damage on it here with the Toxic. And hey, it has Shadow Sneak. It's only fully accurate move, so I understand why my opponent went for that there, but it's good to know about it. And now I have a few options. I could go to Entei, which can knock this thing out in one hit with Flare Blitz, I'm pretty sure, even if Gourgeist has a good defense stat. I don't want to go to Drifblim, because Drifblim's going to take a lot of damage off a Shadow Sneak from Gourgeist. We go out to Scolipede, which lives one hit. This shouldn't have Will-O-Wisp, but it's got Synthesis and Shadow Sneak. There's no way it has a Will-O-Wisp. I actually feel like this is a pretty... Problem is if it has Poltergeist, it's going to almost kill Scolipede in one hit, and Megahorn isn't fully accurate, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to actually kill this thing before dying. Poltergeist into Shadow Sneak might actually just kill me anyway. I'm just going to go Entei here. Flare Blitz is a massive attack. It's really hard to switch something in that doesn't take a bunch of damage off this, especially with Rocks up. And yep, they just let me kill the Gourgeist. So one Pokemon down for the opponent. Dialga's almost down. Crocodile comes in, but doesn't have Intimidate. If this is Scarf and it has Earthquake, that's going to be tricky. The fact that this came in makes me think it's probably Scarf Moxie, and then it's about to click Earthquake, which makes me want to go Drifblim. If they click Knockoff, going Drifblim is a terrible play. But if they do click Knockoff, I get to bring in Lucario. So it's tough, it's tough. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Drifblim here. And they just click Stealth Rock. Alright, so they're not Scarf. Interesting, that was a bad guess, and now I've got a Pokemon in that's really weak to this. Slower than it, going to take a big knockoff. Alright, so I'm going to go... Problem is also faster than Lucario, and Knockoff and Earthquake definitely ends Lucario, so this is tricky. I think their play here would be going to Scolipede. Scolipede takes a knockoff really well. Okay, not really well. It can take a knockoff. This is Life Orb. Alright, so it's just Life Orb, knockoff, Earthquake, Stone Edge. Huh. Well, I guess I'll just click Megahorn and try to get rid of it. Wow. Alright, glad I was able to get rid of that. That was a big threat. So now we're still up 2 Pokemon to 1. We have revealed more of our team than I would have liked to, but it's okay. That was interesting. Scarf Crocodile really scares me. Going Dialga is a weird one here, I guess. I guess Scolipede doesn't always have Earthquake, and if I were just Megahorn Rock Slide, I couldn't knock out Dialga from here. But we will just take it out. Good, 3 Pokemon down. Got a reasonably strong Pokemon that's very, very fast, so it will be hard to set up on. And one thing we're a little low on here is good defensive Pokemon. If my opponent has like a really scary Dynamax Mon, it's going to be hard to get through that without losing a lot. But Hitmonchan is fine. So the question is, yeah, Ice Punch or something will definitely take out Scolipede from here. Do I want to go into something that can fight Hitmonchan? Lucario does an okay job at... Nah, I think I'm just going to go for... I'm just going to go and try to get some damage off on Hitmonchan here. Die to Stone Edge, that's fine. But what that gives me is the ability to just go, Lucario takes a bunch of damage off Mach Punch. Drifblim takes a bunch of damage off Stone Edge, but Constraint Sap first? Shouldn't die to a Stone... Oh, this is Life Orb, so I actually might die to a Stone Edge. So I'm just going to go out to... I think it's just Entei here. Take a bunch of damage off the rocks. But I'm just going to keep clicking Flare Blitz and see what my opponent has to switch in for this. If they Mach Punch, I should still live... Should probably live Mach Punch plus my own Flare Blitz recoil. If they Dynamax, they're still taking a ton of damage off of this. Okay, so Hitmonchan just goes down. I guess they didn't have Mach Punch. Mach Punch seems strictly correct there. And let's see what their last 2 are. Lopunny. Alright, Lopunny is fast, but not especially scary to fight. In fact, I guess if it's Life Orb, it could knock me out with an attack here, but I'm willing to just Blitz. Alright, and they Dynamax. I assume they're clicking Max... Okay, Max Knuckle. They're trying to sweep here. This Lopunny is going to be boosting its attack stat and is very fast. So the question is... I think I'm just going... This thing never has Scrappy. Yeah, this thing can't have Scrappy. So I'm just going to go to Drifblim. Drifblim's going to take some rock damage, but the important thing is Drifblim means they can't Max Knuckle me anymore. And they don't have a Life Orb, so they might be able to kill me with like an Ice attack. I'm just going to go Entei here. Basically, if they go for like Max Darkness or Max Hailstorm, Entei just dodges it. Great. So they go for Max Hailstorm. Lopunny still isn't that strong, even with the attack boost. And although +1 close combat does take out Lucario. So I think this is just going to be Frostmoth and Dynamax. Dynamax Frostmoth should not die to any hit they can give out. And then I just get to click Max Airstream. And from there, I should be faster than pretty much anything they bring out, and I'll be Dynamax, and that should do it. So pretty smooth game. I think the opponent did make a mistake giving me Crocodile. Alright, Switcheroo is not so bad. In fact, they gave me a choice scarf, so that means I'm just faster than their Pokemon now, which seems good. I'm gonna go Hailstorm, because it sets up some extra damage on whatever Pokemon comes in. And that little bit of chip can matter. Let's see what their last is. Can it beat Frostmoth and Driftbloom and Lucario? No, I don't think it can. Togedemaru admittedly does resist all of my attacks, which is a little annoying. And but it's just going to die Lucario, unless they get incredibly lucky with their nuzzles. This is interesting. There's not really any reason to bring Frostmoth out, though. I might as well just click my biggest attack, which is Hailstorm. It's going to do some reasonable damage, even with the resist. Iron Head hurts, but because of Choice Scarf, I'm faster than this, so I got off another good hit on it. And at that point, it might just die to extreme speed. Oh, they're a Wish set. Interesting. So Wish Protect Iron Head. Okay, in that case, I think we're just going to finish with Lucario here. If they get like a bunch of health back, it's going to be annoying. Yes, they use Spiky Shield. They didn't really need to use that because I wasn't going to kill them unless I crit, but now we have Lucario in, and they're going to have to get like a flinch to possibly survive, and it looks like they did not get the flinch. They would have needed, it looks like, 2 flinches in a row there. So Togedemaru goes down. It was scary. There was a way my opponent could have won that game with Togedemaru, but we definitely had the odds at the end. And nice smooth win. So, yeah, not much to say about that other than, I guess I mispredicted the Crocodile, and that was a place where things really could have gone south. All right, so they've got a Stunfisk against Garchomp, which is an incredible matchup for me, because Stunfisk is normally like Thunder Wave and a bunch of attacks that are not going to do much to Garchomp. Garchomp is pretty fast, and if I click Swords Dance, there's a chance that Garchomp can just like punch holes in my opponent's team. They're going to have nothing to counter it. They would need like a fast Pokemon with an Ice attack, or like a fast Fairy type, something like that. So I'm just going to go for Swords Dance. I assume they will want to get up Stealth Rock with the Stunfisk, but now, I mean... Alright, I'm going to click Earthquake. A lot of stuff with Ice and Fairy attacks does not live Earthquake. I get to kill Stunfisk all up, just flat out. Garchomp can also just Dynamax if they have something that's like solid against it, but not amazing. Rotom Frost. I think this just dies. And you know, if that was your best, I'm just going to go for Max Rockfall, I think. Is that going to kill a Dynamax Rotom? This is where we go to the damage calculator and we figure it out. So let's go and enter in both our Pokemon. We've got the random battle setting on, which means that we get to have the stats already preset. We're going to go to Rotom Frost. We're going to look at Stone Edge. This 53 to 64, meaning it's definitely... Let's see, do I get to click Max Rockfall? If I have +2 attack, and you are Dynamaxed... I don't recall where you enter the Dynamax thing here, but basically it does... Alright, so Max Rockfall... Why does it say 11 to... That's weird. Did I overload the calculator or something? That's super strange. Alright. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm Dynamax, I'm clicking Max Rockfall. This will definitely kill the Rotom. Alright, they didn't even try to Dynamax to survive that, so I guess Rotom was bait. But let's see if they can beat Garchomp here. At +2, I kill a good number of things that could even Dynamax against me. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the calculator, but... Didn't want to click Stone Edge, don't want that 20% chance of missing, at which point if they hit Blizzard, they kill me. So just took the safe kill, and now Garchomp probably gets at least one more kill. And using Dynamax early is not great, because it means your opponent can Dynamax up against you later, but... Alright, so this is going to burn me, which is kind of annoying. But I do have a Lumberry, so it's not that bad. And I just kill Sableye. Should have actually... I literally forgot about the Lumberry as I was clicking Max Worm, and Max Quake would have been fine and would have boosted my special defense. That would have been better. Because either one of those kills the Sableye and I get a little bonus. And here's Monetric. I'm just going to click Max Worm again. This feels like they're trying to bait me into Max Quake before they switch into a Flyer or something. So I'm just going to, in case they try to bait me by switching into a Flyer, I'm just going to click Max Worm, and nope, they're just trying to... They've sacked the Monetric. Alright, 2 Pokemon left. And Garchomp being at double attack makes it really hard to set up on it. Alright, looks like we just win. Gardevoir is too slow. I mean, they can Dynamax it, and it probably lives this Earthquake. Yeah, it lives the Earthquake pretty easily. Garchomp goes down, but this thing is not that fast. Should be able to find something to clean it up, and then we've got 5 Pokemon against 1. In fact, we have Cryogonal here, and Cryogonal just laughs at Gardevoir. Even Max Flare, we can just recover off. Let's go Berserker. Berserker dies to max flare. Mr. Mime doesn't kill it in one hit. Actually, Diancie has amazing special defense here, so let's actually just go Diancie. Between Cryogonal and Diancie, it's tricky. I like that setting up a Diamond Storm gives me an incredibly good body press against something coming in, again, making it just hard for people to set up. Didn't get that defense boost that I was looking for. Moonblast should guaranteed kill. I think I'll go for Moonblast over Diamond Storm here. Oh, nope, Sand ended, so I die to that, but now Gardevoir is going to die to Cryogonal's Freeze Dry, at which point I have a Pokemon that can click Toxic and is very fast. I wonder what its last mon is. It's Registeel, okay. Never mind, can't click Toxic on this. This is a real threat. This Pokemon can end entire teams if you're not careful. I do think Berserker just clowns it though, right? Scizor having Swords Dance is also very helpful. So, yeah, Scizor... I believe Scizor just going to +4 and clicking Knockoff should win the game, so I'm not going to burn Berserker yet. This thing basically only ever has Seismic Toss, Toxic, Rest, and sometimes Stealth Rock. And Seismic Toss, because of Roost, is not going to kill me fast enough. Bullet Punch takes out Gardevoir. And that should be a clean finish. Registeel, very threatening. I have beaten like 3 Pokemon at the end of a game with Registeel before, but this is not a team that goes down to it. And Seismic Toss can't even crit, so we're incredibly safe. Just incredibly safe here. I'll click Roost just to let them know they're not going to beat me that way. Alright, we can do this if you want to do this. Maybe they don't know I have Bullet Punch. But yeah, Roosting means I live this Seismic Toss, I live the next Seismic Toss, and I don't think Registeel lives 2 knockoffs at +4. Yeah, no, that's way too much damage. So yep, turns out they just didn't have a good answer to Swords Dance Garchomp, although given how badly Garchomp destroyed them, I really think the play there was to go to Sableye right away and try to burn it. I don't even know. I guess if they were predicting me to click Earthquake on turn 1, I could see what they did there, but yeah, they might just have nothing. Sometimes that happens. You have a team that just can't beat a particular Pokemon. And that's the trouble with Randbats. Alright, so that's, I believe, a nice 3-0 start, 2-0. Having trouble keeping track. We'll just play until I get tired. Okay, Jolteon against Mandibuzz, so yep, no real reason not to click a Volt Switch here. Opponent could bring in a Ground type. And my team is pretty weak to a Ground type, although I do have Rillaboom, which comes in well. So it's tricky. If I think my opponent has a Ground type or an Electric Absorber of some other kind, like another Jolteon, for example, then clicking Volt Switch is actually bad, and what I should do is just go out to something else right away, but let's see if they have it. Wow, they just lead Mandibuzz in to take 80, so I assume this is maybe going to just Roost. They want to see what I'm bringing in. Jirachi doesn't take Foul Play very well. Melmetal is okay. Actually, let's just go Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko can just click U-turn on this thing. Tapu Koko's, yep. Oh, they just U-turn. Alright, that was ambitious. They've got a Mandibuzz that dies to anything now. I don't think... Mandibuzz is a great wall. This can take on a lot of Pokemon 1v1. I think taking like 80 on it on turn 1 does not seem well advised. Although against a Jolteon with Specs Volt Switch, if you don't have something to resist that, it can be pretty hard to switch anything into it. So we'll see if Doshi has a plan here. Kofagrigus, alright, that's pretty good against Koko, and Toxic Spikes would be moderately annoying for my team. Curious to see how much Choice Band Wild Charge does to this. It shouldn't be able to kill me back with any hits. Like, there's no way this actually kills. But there's nothing I can do against T-Spikes either. I could try to set up Rillaboom, but this thing does have a Will-O-Wisp. In fact, is getting Tapu Koko Will-O-Wisp a big threat? I could just go back into Jolteon, at which point Electric Terrain Thunderbolt probably just destroys Kofagrigus in one hit. Let's actually do that. I'm worried about Will-O-Wisp. This might just be T-Spikes. Nope, it's Will-O-Wisp. Great. So Jolteon being burned doesn't really matter because it's a special attacker. And yeah, I'm just looking Thunderbolt. You didn't have a switch in for Volt Switch. I don't think you have one for Thunderbolt either. I wouldn't be surprised if they just sacked Mandibuzz. Okay, Kofa did not die to that. Well done, well done. So now I'm locked into Thunderbolt, but there's Electric Terrain up, so again, I don't know if anything takes it. And yeah, they just sack Kofa. Makes sense. Bringing in Mandibuzz would not make sense. So let's see what their third Pokemon is. This T-Spike is annoying. Don't have a way to get rid of it. Don't have any Pokemon that are Poison type to soak it up. Don't have many Pokemon that just ignore it. I do have Melmetal and Jolteon now, which is burned, so can't get poisoned. All right, but the opponent's got a tough choice. What can come in on Jolteon? Kofagrace is pretty. It doesn't have the best special defense plus HP stat, but it's still pretty tough, and it took a lot. Wow, Naganadel. Okay, this is a massive threat. This is a massive threat. We've got to take this really seriously. Like, seriously considering just, like, Dynamaxing Jolteon right now, because Naganadel just kills people. I guess I have Tapu Koko, which comes in and does a lot of hit damage back to it. Is it okay to give up Jolteon? Is it okay to give up Jolteon? Yeah, Tapu Koko, I guess, with Play Rough should be able to kill Naganadel. This thing has max Airstream sometimes, though. This Pokemon just terrifies me. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get Jolteon boost up. I'm gonna click Max Strike and slow this thing way the heck down. I just have been swept by this thing too many times to ignore it like this. And yeah, Dynamaxing early stinks, but I feel like getting rid of the Naganadel for free is pretty nice. And now I'm just going to click Max Phantasm. It should do the same amount of damage and catches like a Ghost type coming in if my opponent wants to predict Max Strike again. Naganadel goes down, and then I get Max Lightning to set up Electricity again, which is cool. Yeah, that may have been extreme. It's possible that having Tapu Koko makes Naganadel not enough of a threat, but this thing gets Nasty Plot and it gets Max Airstream, which boosts its speed. And I don't want to see whether Dynamax Tapu Koko lives like a +2 Sludge Wave from Naganadel, because I'm worried that it might not. Especially Life Orb. Alright, there's Haxorus, so strong Pokemon. Not going to take a lot off of an electric attack. I think we just go Max Strike again to slow it down so it can't sweep us with like Scale Shot. Alright, they Dynamax too, which is great. I love decreasing this thing's speed if they're choosing to Dynamax here. Alright, and they're boosting their attack stat with Max Knuckle. So I think from here I just want to go out to... So having Jolteon be alive to switch in later is actually kind of nice, because this thing is going to be slow, and Choice Specs Hyper Voice is going to do a lot of damage. Based on Max Strike's damage, it's actually going to do like 30, 30, 37, 38 to it. If I bring in Tapu Koko and they go for Max Knuckle or a Dragon move, that's excellent. But if they just go for Max Quake or Max Ooze, Koko probably dies to that, and Koko's my best like thing that's faster than this. I think I just go Type Null to soak some hits, and then Tapu Koko or Jolteon to finish this thing off. Alright, they predict Tapu Koko go for Max Ooze, that's fine. Don't even know if a +1 Max Knuckle kills. Probably does, actually, based on that Max Ooze damage, but I'll just get a Crush Claw off in case. But yeah, if they feel forced to Dynamax here and I sack Type Null, but then Tapu Koko comes in and kills this, super worth it. We're way ahead from there. Wow. Oh yeah, it was so slow that I was actually faster than it. That's great. All right, so Haxorus is down. Not 100% sure that Hyper Voice kills. Let's do the calc here. It's a good time when you're uncertain to run that calc. So Haxorus versus Jolteon, Choice Specs, Hyper Voice. It does 47 to 55. You'll love to see it. Right, I was miscalculating that damage before because Jolteon, of course, doesn't get the Choice Specs boost when it is Dynamaxed. But now Haxorus dies. Mandibuzz will also die, so we get to see our opponent's 5th Pokemon. Definitely another instance of a fortunate opener, having Jolteon up against that Mandibuzz. I can see why my opponent didn't want to take damage on Naganadel or Haxorus. And the, like, Jolteon plus Tapu Koko going for Fast Volt switches and U-turns is just brutal. Okay, Lycanroc, this thing is a legitimate threat. With Swords Dance, it can do a lot of damage. I think I'm just going to go Rillaboom here. I would expect Grassy Glide to almost kill it, and with a Grassy Seed, I think I can live any +2 hit from this thing. Well, I mean, I'm faster anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we're just going to click that Grassy Glide. And even if my opponent goes Mandibuzz or something, we'll have Rillaboom to switch in later. Yeah, especially if this is Life Orb, I think Grassy Glide probably does like 90. Lycanroc's defenses are terrible. I guess I could calc, but the great part of Showdown is figuring out, you know, ooh, they just go for that Stone Edge, and it does not work out. And that's probably the game, although you never know what their last might be. So Lycanroc is down. Still don't think that Stone Edge would have killed. Mandibuzz is in. Mandibuzz is slower, so I should just kill with Acrobatics. Yep. And what's your last? We got one more turn of Grassy Glide being fast. We just have a ton of really fast Pokemon, so it feels it's going to be pretty hard for us to get swept. The nightmare here would be if they have like Slurpuff. Potentially Necrozma could do it as well. That is the like Solgaleo Necrozma hybrid. But it would take a rare Pokemon to get through everything I have here. Since Rillaboom is no slouch in terms of attack, strength, and coverage. Alright, Doshi, what's in the back? They might also just time out. No, Cresselia, okay. Cresselia is a legitimate threat. This Pokemon can sweep entire teams. But I think Melmetal just crushes it. So we're just going to go right into Melmetal. Can't be toxic, takes like no damage off any Cresselia's attacks, and I'm thinking that Double Iron Bash should hit hard enough that we can... Well, they have a lot of Moonlights. This will be interesting. I don't have any status. Let's see how much this does. I'm not Choice Band, so I'd be surprised if this did 50, but basically I just need to wear them down until they can't heal anymore. At which point I've got like Tapu Koko and Jirachi, basically a lot of Pokemon that can come in and hit this thing pretty hard, no matter how many combines it clicks. And then we've also got Rillaboom in the back, which can come back in and hit a fast Grassy Glide if it has to. Looks like my opponent's just going to run out of time here. Yeah, it doesn't look like they thought they could beat Melmetal plus Koko plus Jolteon, but I don't know. Cresselia is definitely one of those Pokemon that is like Registeel. If you have the wrong team composition, it can heal, it can get so defensively strong that it just can't get through it, and it can kill multiple Pokemon at the end. Quick record check here. Okay, so that last game hasn't counted, so I guess it's only 3 matches so far. We can go for a couple more. Really good team so far. I've been really happy with the quality of Pokemon that the Randbats gods have been delivering. And Slowbro. Slowbro's pretty useful. Stoutland. Ooh, interesting. All right. I like this matchup. Stoutland has no one hit. Even Choice Band Wild Charge shouldn't kill Slowbro. So I get to click Scald, threaten to burn, and then swap out, get some Regenerator back. How hard this thing hits me if it does attack will also tell me what item it has. Rotom Wash. It's a good switch into Slowbro. We still got that burn chance. Nice crit too. Beautiful. That turn worked out really nicely. This looks to be Life Orb, probably. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go for a Volt Switch. I'm just going to go Executor here, the thing that takes the least damage off of whatever move they might go for. And also kind of laughs off Will-O-Wisp nicely. So, I think we just go Substitute here. Yeah, let's just click a sub. Volt switches out. Is it Life Orb? Okay, it is Life Orb. I honestly don't know if it's worth taking 10 damage on Rotom in exchange for that little hit on Executor. Ooh, they bring out Bisharp. Alright, that's actually super dangerous. So this thing can Swords Dance up and do a lot of work. And I have Bullet Punch on Machamp, but not... Honestly, I might just have to switch Executor out right now and just go for close combat on this Bisharp. Not sure Machamp... If it's Life Orb, Machamp might die to, like, Iron Head. I've also got Rotom, which can come in and click Will-O-Wisp, which might be the thing to do. Yeah, I think I'm, like, legit just not going to give this thing any time to set up. It's going to Swords Dance. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp. Hopefully hit the Will-O-Wisp. Great, great, great. So that means I should live. Anything it goes for. Knockoff does hurt, but we've got it burned. We got some damage on it. Shouldn't die to Sucker Punch at this range. Let's go like Thunderbolt. Just do more damage here. I'm happy to sack Rotom here. Alright, so they Swords Danced again, so they're trying to kill me with Sucker Punch. And that means it's time to go somewhere else, I believe. So I could sack Executor. It's almost in Bullet Punch range for Machamp. This thing is Life Orb, actually, so after one more... Should die to Bullet Punch after one more attack plus burn? I don't actually know. Time to do a bit of a quick calc here. Machamp. With the Flame Orb, let's say Machamp is burned. Good. Glad that's automatic. And we've got Bisharp over here. This Machamp set seems old. Let's go for Bullet Punch. Into a Bisharp is going to do 10 to 12. And Bisharp's going to be 11 here. Alright, so they're seeing me stall. I wonder if they're going to click Sucker Punch or click something else. Let's see. Alright, okay, so they did go for Sucker Punch. I could have switched safely there. Good to know, good to know. It's at 12 at this point. Okay, so Kling Clang is actually totally safe here. We're just going to sub up, absorb one more hit, and then this thing goes down. So this was a huge threat. It got to take out, like, kind of a Pokemon and a half because we had to waste our sub. But we got through it. We got through it okay. Pretty even game so far. Definitely the tightest situation I've been in so far on this video. Rotom Wash comes out again. Could switch into Executor. Executor takes any hit from this thing pretty well. I could substitute predicting Will-O-Wisp. I expect they're just going to Volt Switch, which is kind of a waste of a sub if I do that. And I'd like to keep Klinklang healthy because it's a potential sweeper. So I'll just go Executor. Executor definitely not a potential sweeper. Executor's role in this game is kind of to come in and take hits like this. Get a tasty Citrus Berry. Nice work, Executor. Did I eat my berry already at some point? When did that happen? Okay, I was hurt by the burn before. Alright, so I'm just going to click, I guess, Giga Drain. Take some health back off this Rotom if it stays in. If it switches out, I get a tasty hit off on Darmanitan. Whoa, 60%. Executor, you monster. Alright, this thing's already switched, so we can't Belly Drum anymore, so now it's, like, not very threatening. Slowbro just eats every hit from this thing because it only got Fire and Ice moves, so, yeah, switching at Darmanitan there was weird. This thing can potentially... I guess maybe they knew that against Slowbro it was never going to sweep, but definitely could have gotten more use out of this than they did. I'm just going to click Psyshock because it hits Rotom for good damage. Lethal damage, in fact. Yeah, at that point, Darmanitan's not very useful with Slowbro in, so there's no reason to switch to Rotom there. That's one kind of mistake you kind of see more often on the lower ladder is people... Well, yeah, people trying to switch in Pokemon that seem good but are taking more damage they can afford to. Alright, so Zekrom is actually a giant threat. This thing could murder my entire team, like, no doubt about it. What I kind of want to do is just Dynamax and click on Max Hailstorm, because Stoutland doesn't super scare me. I think I can beat through Stoutland, because it's choiced and I have a Ghost type, so it's pretty easy to trap it and stop it from boosting up well. This thing has strong potential to sweep my team, because Klinklang can't hit it for any real damage. Executor is not going to take, like, a boosted Outrage very well. Machamp's Bullet Punch doesn't do very well. Yeah, I'm just going to click Max Hailstorm. I think they're probably going to click Dragon Dance, and Max Hailstorm is just going to... Alright, they click Sub, that makes sense too. Still, they don't have Roost. Every Sub's more damage. The Hail's getting more damage off on them. Yeah, and now... I think I just click Max Mindstorm. It's tough. Yeah, I think I want Max Mindstorm here in case they switch into, like, a Darmanitan, because that could quadruple resist Ice, and it would be really embarrassing to get a Dynamax hit eaten by quadruple resistant Pokemon. Alright. And yeah, Max anything kills them at this point. So they've subbed 3 times, but that seems wrong because they can't kill Slowbro in 1 hit, and they can't roost off Ice Beam. So, I mean, they did absorb my whole Dynamax Pokemon, which is not bad, and ow! That did more than I was expecting. Alright, so we killed Zekrom. Slowbro can slowly be switched back to health, but my guess is now they try to boost up with Stoutland and kill me. Let's go Trevenant. Trevenant will eat something like... Oh, wait, it's Scrappy, right? Gotta remember this thing is Scrappy. That's bad. That was bad. Still, I think we just click Trick Room here. I don't think this kills me at any 1 hit. Great, so they go for this shot. I got the Trick Room up, which means this fast Pokemon's no longer a big threat. Yeah, I forgot about Scrappy there for a second. Shouldn't matter too much. Do a ton of damage with Woodhammer. Can kill this, can kill the Darmanitan, so it's just going to be what my opponent's last Pokemon is. Kind of want Machamp here. We're going to get 1 turn of Trick Room off on them. I could also try to boost up Klinklang here. Potentially sweep with that. I don't know if Klinklang is faster than Stoutland, though, because I don't know what kind of Stoutland this is under Trick Room. That Facade was doing Choice Scarf level damage, actually. That was not a banded Stoutland. Alright, so this thing is Choice Scarfed. I'm going to go for Klinklang. It could Dynamax and Max Knuckle, which would be annoying. Actually, you know, why don't I go Slowbro? Let's get some health back on Slowbro here. Then I'll switch to Klinklang. Tank a Facade very easily. And if they max Knuckle, Klinklang lives pretty well. I think I just go for Gear Grind. Alright, so they did not Dynamax there. Darmanitan can come in and pretend to be... Alright, so the last is Virizion. That makes a lot of sense. Virizion is a potential giant threat with Max Knuckle and Swords Dance and such. Question is how do I respond to it? It beats the heck out of Slowbro. Executor does massive damage. The question is, do I try and wear it down a little bit first with Kling Clang? I think that's what I should be doing. I'm going to click Shift Gear here. All right, so they're just going to go for Max Knuckle and stuff right away. Good that they're not actually using Swords Dance. The Kling Clang takes a lot, but lives, crucially. We get off a Gear Grind, which should do reasonable damage at +1. Good, good, good. Virizion takes a good chunk. So they Max Knuckle again. And here's the plan, is I'm just going to go out to Slowbro. Almost out of time, so you got to be careful. Slowbro is going to force the Max Overgrowth off of them. Max Rockfall. Ooh, that was not what okay, I think they were maybe expecting me to go out to Executor or something, but instead I got a huge Psyshock hit off, which is great. And now I think I just switched Slowbro out to Machamp, because Slowbro can come in and kill Darmanitan for sure. Machamp takes a good chunk off Leaf Blade, but I click Bullet Punch. If that had been a crit, they would have died to Sand here, which is why I went for that, even though it obviously wasn't going to kill them. And now Executor should live any hit, even a doubled Stone Edge. And Executor plus Slowbro should finish off Darmanitan. Ooh, and they missed the Stone Edge, not that would have killed. I guess a crit might have killed. I can calc that after the battle. Crit Stone Edge on 82% Executor. So Darm gets to come out. Yeah, I'm going to just click on Psychic here, and Icicle Crash even fails Skill Executor, because Executor is surprisingly tanky. It's one of those Pokemon that takes hits you wouldn't think it would just because it's level 88. Let me look at that calc here. So you've got Executor. I want to know how close that was in the end. Virizion is at +2 attack. Clicking Stone Edge. Let's say it's a crit. Not sure where the crit meter is here. But yeah, even there was no way that was going to do 82 even on a crit. Slowbro. So we were to Executor, so we were fine there. I guess the only way we could have lost is if they had crit, or I guess had hit, and then killed me with Darmanitan, and then flinched me to death with Icicle Crash on Slowbro, but that didn't seem too likely. Alright, Jirachi is a giant threat. Jirachi is a giant threat. Probably just going to start by getting up rocks and then U-turning out, unfortunately. There's not much I can do about that. Mantine doesn't have Defog, which is annoying. Yeah, this team is not going to be great against rocks. Question is, should I try and like Leech Seed the Jirachi? You can just U-turn out. I think I just go to Mantine, which tanks Jirachi pretty well and then can poison something coming in. Doesn't take any real damage off of U-turn either. Does get poisoned immediately. I guess that's one thing you can go for. This Pokemon is really annoying. It has a lot of different kinds of moves it can throw off. And they might just go for Iron Head and try to flinch me down. So they also have Fire Punch, which means Scizor is not a safe switch in. Alright, I'm just going to go Jolteon. If they go for Iron Head, Jolteon takes nothing and then can Volt Switch out, deal this thing a bunch of damage. I expect to see my opponent switch here. Guess we'll see if they have a ground type. Nope, Urshifu. That is quite a choice to come in Jolteon. That takes a million damage. So my thinking is this thing might be Scarfed, which is why they would bring it in here. Go Mantine and click Scald. Go Scizor and click Swords Dance, but even Swords Dance Bullet Punch does nothing to Jirachi. I don't want to throw away Heliolisk. I think it's just going to be Mantine, click Scald. Mantine should live one Wicked Blow or whatever. Oh, it's Leftovers. Okay, well, that solves that, answers that question. Alright, they're substituting. I'm just going to kill that with Scald. I think they're maybe just hoping that Toxic puts me into a place where they can kill with Wicked Blow, but I don't think Urshifu kills Mantine from here. Yeah. This thing does not have lots of attack invested. It's not as strong as people are used to. So we lose Mantine, they lose Urshifu. I guess I get to bring out Jolteon, which it looks like they have no really strong answers to. Vanillix putting up Aurora Veil is annoying here. That's not fun. Feels like Volt switching out to Spiritomb maybe makes sense here. Spiritomb can just kind of sit around and stall out an Aurora Veil for a while. It's tough. So Spiritomb does well enough against Vanillix and Jirachi, I think. Actually, how much is Blizzard going to do? 51, which means we live after Calm Mind. We get to rest. That's fine. So yeah, Vanillix setting up this is annoying. It's going to... At some point I have to figure out how to appropriately come in on this once the Aurora Veil is down and kill it before it gets up another one. I guess if Volt Switch did 46, Jolteon will kill. Here's what their answer is to Spiritomb here, because Vanillix is not going to do it. Sock is... With Bulk Up? Yeah, with Bulk Up, Sock does it pretty well. Spiritomb does have Infiltrator, so these Dark Pulses are going to go right through this barrier. Yeah, I'm okay keeping Spiritomb in. This thing is not Scarf, so I have a lot of special attackers that can come in and just beat it down. Question is, do I have... Yeah, I don't want anything else to come in and take a +1 knockoff, so I'm just going to click a couple Dark Pulses here. Opponent might be surprised at how much damage they take. I'm not sure they take 2 Dark Pulses with Infiltrator and... Okay, they do. They do, but even a +2 Stone Edge or knockoff wouldn't kill me. And yeah, Sock's Life Orb, so Spiritomb gets a tree with Sock, and then the Aurora runs out at the perfect time. Which is great. So in comes Jolteon, and probably just clicks Thunderbolt, which means Jirachi and Vanillix both can't come in. Seems good, seems good. Could also Volt Switch out to Heliolisk, which has a little bit more variety in case they bring in something that's good against Thunderbolt. Still is bad. Yeah, let's actually do that. Volt Switch on the Sock, bring out Heliolisk, just because if they bring in, I don't know, like another electric type, Helios can hit it while Jolteon wouldn't be able to do much. Helios should also kill Vanillix in one hit with Hyper Voice. Yeah, its attack stat is not that much lower than Jolteon, and Volt Switch did 46. I expect Hyper Voice to kill. Darn! That thing lived. That thing genuinely lived. Okay, well done, well done. Well, clicking Hyper Voice again. Huh. I guess that was a good roll in the Jolteon. Maybe I should have calced that. Here's Jirachi. So the thing they're definitely not clicking here is Fire Punch. So this is going to be annoying. We're going to have to do some switching around to like deflect this thing. So we avoid the Toxic with Scizor. Really not looking to get Fire Punch, so I go to Appleton. Ideally, yeah, that was actually really good that they burned me here because it means I'm not like taking extra damage off of Toxic every turn. And Appleton's really strong. It's going to take a long time to kill Appleton with Iron Head. Instead, the U-turn, which is solid, but something comes in and gets Leech Seeded. Hail's about to go away, which is helpful. Torkoal, okay. Is that a counter? I'm pretty sure even in the sun, that's not doing enough damage to outlast Appleton's recovery, although I wouldn't be surprised if they just brought Jirachi back in. Getting rid of this thing would also be huge for Scizor. Okay, so they have Rapid Spin to get rid of the seeds and speed this thing up, but it still doesn't really have attacks to threaten me. I think I just click Leech Seed again to get a little bit of healing off after Lava Plume that did 17. Yeah, Torkoal is not known for its offensive strength. And because it puts up Sun, it's like a little underleveled here based on stats alone. It should be like level 88 or 90 or something. And honestly, if they just, no matter what they do here, I think they're just going to Rapid Spin again. I'm just going to click Leech Seed again, just slowly whittle this thing down, and now Aurora Veil's gone too. Yeah, it's tough. I guess the opponent just didn't have anything really good to set up and sweep me with Aurora Veil on. And now I think I just click Dragon Pulse. Cool, good damage, good damage. And as long as they're keeping in a weak attacker against me, I'm just going to click Recover when I have the chance. Keep Appleton as close to full health as possible. And for that reason, let's click Leech Seed one more time. And then it's 4-on-2. Okay, so here's Jirachi again. I'm going to click Leech Seed again here. You're going to need to flinch me a lot of times in a row with that. It's only a 60% chance, which is worse than the chance of hitting Focus Blast. It's really not all that much. We get that Leech Seed off, and now I'm just going to click Recover. The U-turn out, not too surprising. So what do they have left, and can it beat Appleton? It's Dunsparce, so no it can't. So this thing is also, they've got 2 Flinch Haxors left, which is pretty funny. I'm just going to start clicking Apple Acid. Okay, they got that flinch, not too bad. I guess I'll click Leech Seed. They're going to try and flinch me to death, but it's going to take a lot, given that I have Recover and Seeds up. And let's click Recover again. Let's stay nice and safe here. At some point, they might get lucky with these. I guess I could also just bring in Jolteon now and just start hitting this thing for huge amounts of damage. That actually seems better. We'll just go Jolteon. That might force a Dynamax. So I could play the Appleton game for a while, but I'm not sure. There's like a little bit too much, maybe luck in how that one ends up. So I think I Volt Switch out here to see if they're going to go for Dynamax, because if they go for Dynamax, I would love to have just like, probably Appleton come back in. Appleton should be able to take at least 2 Dynamax hits no matter what they're doing. Alright, Flutterby is super effective. That's fine. So I could bring in Scizor here, predicting Flutterby again. I think I will do that. I think they're just going to click Flutterby again. They're not going to risk having Appleton live 3 hits. So now I'll just bring in Appleton again. Probably eats the Max Flare. So Jirachi's going to be back up to full. Now my opponent is Dynamaxed. Alright, so they go for Steel Spike, which does kill Appleton, boosts Jirachi up. But that's cool. This thing still does not beat my fast electric types. Oh, Helios got Thunderbolt that whole time, huh? Didn't even notice. So yeah, just going to click Jolteon. And I guess Jolteon's my strongest attacker, so I could just go for... Yeah, we're just going to go for Dynamax this, click Max Lightning a bunch of times, and then we have Lightning up for when Helios comes in. Good synergy. Opponent's dead. So yeah, Jirachi can be annoying, but having a couple of fast electric types is a great way around it. Highly recommend getting good Pokemon in Randbats. And I think we got our last battle coming up. That was pretty exciting. Buffalant against Gourgeist. This thing has Will-O-Wisp, probably, so that's not a fight I relish. I think this is Roserade here. Roserade does not take Poltergeist especially well. Avalugg doesn't want to get burned, though. Lecephalon... Okay, Lecephalon might actually be best if they're going to go for, like, Will-O-Wisp or... The problem is if they substitute, then Lecephalon's horrible because it just dies in one hit. So maybe this is Drampa. Drampa doesn't mind getting Will-O-Wisp. It doesn't take much damage off their hits and has Glare. Okay, Drampa it is. A lot of reasonable choices. Hard to tell which of those was best. All right, so it's Life Orb. They might sub. I'm going to click Glare here. They might sub, but I think it's more likely they'll just switch out to something else. Surfetched, great. Love paralyzing that thing. That's a very scary Pokemon. Do I have anything that wants to come in on Surfetched? So it's Scrappy, so obviously can't get Lecephalon in. Drifblim still takes close combat pretty well because it's part flying. Roserade could also be okay. Yeah, kind of down for Roserade here. I'm expecting to see close combat, which does 60. Okay, never mind. I was heavily underestimating Life Orb Surfetched. Do I have Synthesis on this? I do have Synthesis on this, though. But if it's Life Orb, that means it's also got Brave Bird. So I think maybe this is actually just Avalugg coming out. This is tough. This is tough. Could also just get some spikes up and then bring in somebody who can kill this, like Buffalant. Except for the Buffalant invites this back in. What's the move? What's the move? Huh. Yeah, it might just be Avalugg. Avalugg still doesn't want to take close combat off a Surfetch. This thing's a monster. They could click Sludge Bomb and just hit it really hard, hope it gets parried, maybe? Alright, we'll just click Sludge Bomb. Cool, they got to Gourgeist. Interesting choice. I guess they know I could heal and they didn't want to risk getting paralyzed, but getting off a big Sludge Bomb hit on Gourgeist is delicious, and... Could just switch back into Drampa, although that gives them Surfetched again. If they click Poltergeist, they're definitely going to kill Roserade. Would they click Poltergeist knowing that it has multiple normal types? Let's find out. Okay, they did. They did. Interesting choice. Well, here's Drampa again. I'm thinking that Fire Blast into Draco Meteor should kill Surfetched. So I'm hoping we get to hit this. Wow. Alright, well, that'll definitely kill. And the question is, do I go for that? I think I'm just going for it again. There is some risk to it, but yeah, Surfetched is down. Gourgeist is pretty badly wounded, and Drampa's a great switch into it, so I'm okay with her position here. It was sad to lose Roserade before getting up any spikes, and her Shifu is, of course, terrifying. But one thing my opponent doesn't know I have is Ghost types, so I could just go out to one of those. Lecephalon's Fire Blast does do great damage to her Shifu. The problem is they could just click Wicked Blow, which I would hate. Which I would really hate. God, this is tough, actually. I think I just have to, like, sack Drampa here, because if they click Substitute, I'm just doomed. Because nothing wants to come on this thing after a Substitute. Yeah, let's just click Fire Blast again. Okay, they do sub. And I need to keep hitting these too, which is annoying. Let's hope they don't go for it again. Let's assume that this time they're going to go for a fighting move and I get to go for Lecephalon. I don't know, this is tough. Yeah, alright, so now we're going to lose Lecephalon, which is bad. That was a risk. That was definitely a risk. Huh, how are we going to beat this thing? This is incredibly difficult. I think Shadow Ball should pop the sub, actually. Let's test that. Really don't want to take a risk of not popping the sub if I don't have to. Lecephalon. Oh no, it's not in the calculator yet. Alright, so we're going to go back to this. Back to the normal calculator. Lecephalon is a blank set against... This is not going to be an exact calculation. We're just trying to do a rough sketch here to figure out kind of roughly how much this does. 27 to 32, we're both level 100, and we're both level 80. Okay, I think this should work. Good. Goodbye, Lecephalon. Darn, this thing's a huge threat. How am I going to beat it? I think it's Avalugg. Avalugg is sturdy, so it can definitely take one hit. It's just bulking up now. God, this thing's a monster. I did 17. Now can I substitute for free? No, I can click Body Press. Why did I click Avalanche? There was no reason to do that. Alright, well, we do get to pop the sub, which is great. And I'm really going to hope Body Press... Oh, it's Drain Punch. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. That's really bad. I think we just legit lose to this. I guess I could Dynamax. Okay, so Drain Punch doesn't kill. I get some good damage back. Didn't quite kill, though. This is horrible. Yep, I think we're going to take our L here. I think maybe I just had to keep in the Drampa and just hope to keep hitting Fire Blasts until I could force it out. Hoping that they were going to go for Close Combat or Drain Punch or whatever was weak stuff. So... guess I have to hope that, like, Dynamax Drifblim lives one Wicked Blow? Yeah, I just can't give him a Drain Punch. So we're going to do this. It's probably not going to work. I figure because I'm on a video, I might as well, like, show y'all. Yeah, alright. Well, Drifblim did not die to Wicked Blow. We're fast. We get to Killer Shifu. They can't bring out Gourgeist. So there's a chance, but sacking, like, Lecephalon, which was a really good Pokemon, kind of put me in a bad spot here. Regigigas also not my favorite to see. Think I might just be in the best position if I switch out here. I don't really want this thing getting off a Toxic on me because Drifblim with Calm Mind and Strength Sap can actually sweep. Although not against an opposing Gourgeist, huh? What's the move? What's the move? What's the move? This thing is really annoying. Alright, I'm going to switch out to Buffalant. Not taking a Toxic on Drifblim. Can't do it. And they just click Protect. Interesting. Okay, so let's go for Megahorn. I was hoping they might switch out to Gourgeist there. They missed a Toxic instead, which is actually kind of great. Let's go out to Drampa and try to paralyze them, I think. Alright, they just go out to Gourgeist. Great. Okay, so we're kind of bobbing and weaving a bit. They can still just Dynamax at any point, which is horrifying, of course. Alright, Power Whip does basically nothing. I'm going to Glare, which means I can basically Roost for free at some point, which is awesome. And do I Roost yet? I don't think I do. I think we're just going to kill this Gourgeist. So 3 on 3. 3 on 3, although Regigigas is terrifying. The Regigigas is really bad at Dynamaxing. So I think I'm just going to paralyze this thing. When it can't, like, really reliably click on Protect, it's much weaker. Then I'm going to do what? If I Draco Meteor, is there some chance that takes him off of being able to sub? I think I Draco once. Oof. Oh, what a time to miss. That's okay, Drampa. You've been doing a pretty good job up until now. They got off that Body Slam. Okay. I'm just going straight to Buffalant. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, they are paralyzed. I am looking Close Combat, not messing around with Regigigas. They're really heavily incentivized not to switch this thing out because of slow start. 2 close combats will definitely end it. In fact, wow, can't sub anymore. That's awesome. Yeah, they go for Body Slam instead of Toxic, but do paralyze me, which is awful. Okay. And they get the Protect off. Sure, whatever. It's fine. Slow start's over, which I guess does mean you're faster. And you can almost kill me with Body Slam, but I do get to kill you back? Okay. Lecephalon trades with 30 Gigas. We've got 2 very weakened Pokemon, though. And the opponent can Dynamax at will, so our odds of winning this are still almost 0. It's very few combinations of 2 Pokemon they could have do not beat me. Kingler. Yep, that is one of the combinations that should beat me pretty fair and square. Especially Dynamax with Max Knuckle. Max Rockfall, huh? Yeah, it's going to murder the crap out of Drifblim, unfortunately. Going to murder the crap out of Drampa as well. I guess my best bet is to go for Strength Sap and hope I live somehow. Okay, that's the bet. We're going to go for Strength Sap and hope I live somehow. Definitely get back to full, but I'm pretty sure even at full I'm not going to live this Max Rockfall. Okay, we did live. We did live. That's cool. I think there's attack stat is also high enough that I probably get back enough off the second Strength Sap to live. Oh wow, not even close. Not even close, but they went for Geyser instead of Rockfall, so I guess I get to click Thunderbolt. Special attack is not very good. Thunderbolt's not going to kill him. There's no way. So I could switch to Drampa and hope to... Yeah, I think that's my best bet, is switching to Drampa. Because this thing is cut its attack cut in half, I should tank 2 Liquidations. They will die to a Draco Meteor, so they have to attack me again. Except for the Liquidation doesn't trigger Life Orb, and I forgot about that in the heat of the moment. Oh, they went for Superpower. So now they take damage off of Life Orb and get an attack drop. Okay, I feel like in the rain, Strength Sap is not going to heal me enough not to die to Liquidation here. Is Thunderbolt going to do 70, though? Let's go back to Randbats. I normally don't do this much calcing, but on the video I feel like I'm obliged to take things a bit more seriously. Kingler. Okay, Thunderbolt does 75 to 89. Tornadus. Alright, well, unless you paralyze this, we lose. Although switching to it gave me the chance to paralyze, which can't possibly be right. So, yep, we died. Perfectly accurate Hurricane in the Rain. Closer than it could have been. Closer than it could have been. Had I not sacked Lecephalon for no reason, that game was very winnable. But yeah, the Urshifu was just a little too much. I think we'll take one more. Don't want to end on a loss there. That was a tough one. I feel like I had a way through that and just didn't see it in time. Blissey against Victini. This is not what I would call a favorable matchup. This thing is pretty much always... I have seen banded Victinis recently. Oh, actually, this is easy, though, because I have Protect. So we get to see what this thing wants to go for first and then switch accordingly. U-turn, sure. Honestly, on U-turn, I think Blissey just kind of hangs out and takes it. Do I or do I not? No, I should go like Aegis Slash, probably. Yeah, Aegis Slash takes like nothing off of U-turn, has leftovers. Show me your second Pokemon, Moyojit. So they have the slight lead advantage. They get to have a bit of momentum by choosing what Pokemon comes in on Aegis Slash. The nice thing is the Aegis Slash has 2 different sets, and it can be somewhat difficult to figure out which Pokemon is best against which set, although Berserker can't be toxic, so it kind of clowns its way through Aegis Slash pretty easily. Against Berserker, I'd expect to see Crunch come out, so I could go Electivire, which has Earthquake, which does well against it. I could go for Seaking, which is Drill Run, is maybe a bit more expendable. Seaking's definitely better just taking damage, but I guess Drampa... No, Drampa may not take Crunch into Iron Head if this thing's Life Orb, I don't think. If this thing just clicks on Swords Dance, Shadow Ball might 2-hit KO it. Let's test that out. We got Aegis Slash, Blade against Berserker. Shadow Ball... No, give me Shadow Ball, please. 46 to 55, huh? You know what? Let's give it a shot. I feel like they might just click Swords Dance. Nope, they killed me with Crunch. Alright. And this is what we get for predicting, folks. Never predict. Never predict. All right, well, now we go Electivire because it can just Volt Switch out of stuff in general. Never predict. I was thinking there was no way they were just going to start with an attack there because they had access to King's Shield, but of course they didn't even know what Aegislash I was. They didn't even know what Aegislash I was. If I had been Life Orb close combat, I might have killed Berserker. Probably not. Oh well. Well, we lost a really good Pokemon to a foolish attempt to predict, which is, I think Joey said it best, when you're on the lower ladder, don't predict. Just don't predict. Alright, well, we still traded 1 for 1, it's not so bad. Victini can't come in that well against Electivire because of Earthquake. So we get to see their third, but they maintained momentum when I think Berserker is a pretty exploitable Pokemon. It's very slow, has some weaknesses that you can take advantage of. Although it is really nice to get rid of a Steel type for Blissey, because being able to throw off Toxics is really valuable. Shinshino. Huh. That makes sense. I should live 1 Tail Slap, and I think Cross Chop kills. Expert Belt 267 base power Cross Chop. So, yeah, nothing else really wants to take 2 Tail Slaps. Let's Rock Blast, huh? That's weaker than Tail Slap, somewhat more accurate, but it means I do live 2 hits. Whoa, it's Life Orb Shinshino. I have not seen that before. Those have always been banned in my experience, but I guess that's nice. Electivire took a bit less damage. So, interesting. That's Victini, so it's a good chance to find out if this is Scarf or Band. Problem is, if it is Scarf, it's just going to V-create Electivire to death. And that kind of makes me want to go Sea King, because Sea King will absorb a V-create pretty well. Yeah, Electivire being able to Volt Switch around is really valuable to me. I can also go Drampa, actually. Never mind, Drampa's better. Drampa takes lots of hits from Victini very well. We got tricked. Okay. Not great, not great. I guess it was Scarf after all. So, I guess I'll just click Hyper Voice and see what happens. They get to U-turn. And honestly, Leftover is a better item on Victini than Choice Scarf. I guess it does mean that Electivire for sure is faster. Ninetales, Alola, yep. That's pretty strong. It's going to get to Aurora Veil. Except for that Blissey comes in incredibly well on it and gets to click Toxic. So I actually think this is fine. Like, I can even just like keep spamming Toxic. This goes for Blizzard immediately. That's interesting. Let's get some poison off. On Victini. Nope. Gonna miss that Toxic. And I don't think Blissey takes V-Create especially well. I'm going to play Protect again, though, because it's basically free, and if they do V-Create, that's a move with limited PP. So it might actually matter a little bit to run them out of that. Yes, they got 7 V-Creates left. I get to go into Drampa, click Roost if they go back into Ninetales. U-turn right there would have been painful, but they only did 34, geez, okay. And now they're actually slower than me because they don't have a Choice Scarf and I do, so let me just click Hyper Voice again. Ninetales can come in and drop to 10 if they really want to do that. Azumarill, okay. Azumarill's going to take how much? 48. That is really good damage from Drampa. Although this is pretty much always going to be Whirlpool Toxic stuff, so I could just go to Electivire and click Volt Switch. Just go Electivire, click Volt Switch. I don't want to get Drampa trapped or poisoned even. I think Electivire is just better against this. Haven't seen anything from them to resist Volt Switch. So, best case scenario, the Victini still takes a bit of damage here. Nope, Azumarill just dies. Cool. So, Executor and Drampa don't come in on Ninetales. Blissey doesn't really come in on Victini. Electivire's the Pokemon I want in right now. I guess I'll go Sea King. Sea King should live 1 Freeze Dry and be able to kill with Life Orb Waterfall against Ninetales. Doesn't take Bolt Strike from Victini very well, but against Volt Strike I can bring in other stuff. Tricky, being up 5-3 is nice, but I don't have, my Pokemon individually are not that strong. If my opponent's last is a special attacker, and I can just get rid of Victini, then of course Blissey kind of does the thing. Really wish I had that Toxic before. So, alright, they go for Ninetales. I wonder if this is going to be setting up Aurora Veil. You know this, I think I just go back to Blissey. I think I just don't want to take damage on Seeking, because Seeking can't heal. And you have to go Nasty Plot. This is just like a huge waste of time. I am going to click Toxic again. I still think it's better than Seismic Toss. Alright, Blizzard doing 26. We can Wish Protect. And ignore that pretty well. Ninetales is not leftovers. So this is something that you'll see people do sometimes, is they'll just throw off special attacks at Blissey, hoping that we'll do something, and pretty much it never does. You gotta be at a pretty unusual position before it helps. And now, yep, predicted the switch. I did not think they were going to keep up that futile endeavor for long, which means Blissey gets some free healing back. Awesome. And yeah, I think I switch back into Drampa here. Eats V-Create pretty well. They trick back. That's really funny. Okay, so I guess I'm back to having leftovers, and Ninetales can't switch into Hyper Voice anymore, so show me what does. Show me what you have. Yeah, Drampa's actually a really nice way to contain Victini. U-turn doing just nothing, even boost my special attack a bit, so if they had something aside from Ninetales. Okay, that's down, I've got Roost back online. The other switcheroo was really weird. I think that was their attempt to get rid of Blissey, but it was really weird. Alright, so this thing gonna Dynamax? Like, what's the plan here? It's clicking Roost. No attack you have will kill me, even if you Dynamax. I don't think. Alright, I guess they're going for the Para, which makes sense, but yeah, Drampa just walls Victini, and I guess Drampa must wall whatever their last is too. And this +1 Hyper Voice is going to hurt. Drampa, if nothing else, is special. Alright, Serena? Okay, that makes sense as the last thing to be your last. I don't think they give this high jump kick anymore. And even if they do, we just win with, I just win with what I have left. So I'm sticking around. Wow, they do get high jump kick, but we lived anyway. Drampa the Beast. Serena's down, and I believe that we can take Victini down pretty well with, honestly, any number of things. Probably just go Seeking and Max Geyser here. Yeah, let's just Max Geyser, get rid of this thing. They get a Max Lightning off, but I am doing way too much damage with Seeking. Also, Seeking doesn't even get hit by electric moves, which people do forget. In fact, I forgot it in the heat of the moment there, but it's a nice bonus. It's a nice bonus. Okay, nice smooth win. Blissey helped a lot, but yeah, I feel like this arena could have been leveraged better. Don't know. Anyway, that seems like a good way to end the video. We end up at, I think our last game's not going to quite be counted here, but nice 1573. I think it's about 100 points we gained. I think we're at 29-3 now overall. And I think last time, typically my record when I get to 50 games is about 40-10. So actually, we're a little ahead of schedule here. I think we might be able to get that 100 battle road to top 10 after all, but long way to go. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and again, any suggestions I'd really appreciate. And this is just an experiment I'm doing. I figured I'm good at this game, so I figure there maybe isn't as big an audience for this as is for Magic the Gathering, but I'll give it a shot, see what happens, and I'm really grateful for your feedback and just the time you spent watching it. So have a great rest of your day, and check back in for some more random battle videos later. Be sure to subscribe if you wanna see them when they come out. Tally ho.